In a world not unlike our own, where the veil between the ordinary and the extraordinary is thinner than a whisper, there existed a land called Eldoria. It was a place of rolling emerald hills, crystalline lakes, and ancient forests teeming with life and mystery. Eldoria was known for its magical creatures, the most revered of which was the celestial griffin. This magnificent beast, a creature of legend, possessed the body of a lion, the wings and head of an eagle. Its feathers shimmered like stardust, and its roar could be heard across the heavens. The celestial griffin was said to be the guardian of the shield of Eldoria, a relic of immense power that could protect the land from any harm. The shield, forged by the gods themselves, had been entrusted to the griffin eons ago. The beast had hidden it in the heart of the Whispering Woods, a forest so enchanted that it moved and changed its paths with the seasons, allowing only the purest of hearts to navigate it. Our story begins in a humble village on the outskirts of Eldoria, where a young girl named Lyra lived. Lyra was unlike the other children in her village. While they played and laughed, she would wander the fields and forests, speaking to animals and listening to the wind. Her parents often worried about her, but they could not stifle her adventurous spirit. Lyra had always felt a calling, a pull towards something greater than herself. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky turned a deep indigo, Lyra sat by the edge of the Whispering Woods. She had always been drawn to the forest, though she had never dared to enter. As she sat there, a soft, melodious voice filled the air, seeming to come from the forest itself. "Lyra," it called, "you are the one." Startled, Lyra looked around but saw no one. "Who's there?" she asked, her voice trembling. The voice spoke again, soothing and kind. "I am the spirit of the Whispering Woods. You have been chosen to seek the shield of Eldoria, for dark times are coming to Eldoria, and only the shield can protect our land." Lyra's heart raced. She had heard tales of the shield, but had never dreamed she might be the one to find it. "But how can I find it? The forest is ever changing. Trust in your heart, and the path will reveal itself," the voice replied. Determined and guided by the forest spirit, Lyra stepped into the Whispering Woods. The trees seemed to part for her, creating a path lit by the soft glow of fireflies. She walked for what felt like hours, though time seemed to lose its meaning. The deeper she ventured, the more alive the forest became. Flowers bloomed in her wake, and creatures of all kinds watched her with curious eyes. Eventually, she reached a clearing where the moonlight shone brightly. In the center stood a great tree, ancient and wise, with roots that seemed to touch the very core of the earth. At the base of the tree lay the celestial griffin, its feathers shimmering with a celestial glow. Lyra approached cautiously, her heart pounding. The griffin opened its eyes and regarded her with an intense gaze. "You are the one the forest chose," it said, its voice a deep rumble. "Do you understand the responsibility you bear?" Lyra nodded. "I do. I will protect Eldoria with my life." The griffin seemed satisfied with her answer. "The shield of Eldoria is hidden within this tree. To retrieve it, you must prove your worth. Answer this riddle. What is the greatest power that resides within all living things, yet is often unseen?" Lyra thought for a moment, recalling all she had learned from the forest. She remembered the kindness she had shown to creatures, the way the trees had guided her, and the voice that had led her here. "It is love," she said finally. "Love is the greatest power." The griffin's eyes softened. You are wise beyond your years, Lyra. The shield is yours." With a mighty roar, the griffin raised its wings, and the great tree split open, revealing a radiant shield. Lyra approached and took it in her hands, feeling its power surge through her. She knew that with this shield, she could protect her home. But as she turned to leave, the griffin spoke again, its voice heavy with sorrow. "Beware, young one. The shield's power comes at a great cost. Use it wisely." Lyra returned to her village a hero. Word of her bravery spread quickly, and the villagers celebrated her return. They felt safe, knowing that the shield of Eldoria was in their hands. But as time passed, Lyra began to feel the weight of the griffin's warning. The shield's power was immense, but it drew from her very life force. Each time she used it, she felt weaker. One fateful day, a dark force descended upon Eldoria. Shadows swept across the land, and creatures of nightmare emerged from the depths. Lyra knew she had to act. She raised the shield, invoking its power to protect her village. A blinding light erupted, banishing the darkness and restoring peace. But as the light faded, so did Lyra's strength. She collapsed, the shield slipping from her grasp. The villagers rushed to her side, their faces etched with fear and gratitude. "Lyra, you saved us," they cried. "But at what cost?" With her last breath, Lyra smiled weakly. "It was worth it," she whispered. "Protect the shield. Protect Eldoria." As Lyra's life faded, the villagers wept. They buried her in the heart of the Whispering Woods, where flowers bloomed eternally in her honor. The celestial griffin, watching from afar, bowed its head in respect. The shield of Eldoria was placed in the village square, a reminder of Lyra's sacrifice. The people vowed to protect it and honor her memory. And though Eldoria was safe, the land would never forget the young girl who had given everything to protect it. The tale of Lyra and the celestial griffin became a legend passed down through generations. It was a story of bravery, love, and sacrifice, reminding all who heard it that the greatest power lies within, unseen but ever present.